Oh, which one you got?
The Alani cotton candy.
Ooh, I just had the Alani for the first time. The first time last week. I had the yeah. I had the blue ice. Sarah went in and got one for me. She was like, I thought you would like this, and I was like, all right. I'm not really an Alani person, but
I like
let's
them.
do it, dude. They were delicious.
Apparently they're girly. I don't know, maybe because of the flavors,
I
but
feel like a girl carrying them around drinking one. I just put it in my Yeti sleeve so no one knew.
candy one.
Dude, okay, let's talk some baseball.
Let's do it.
All right, so you just got done with your morning workouts. Man, what does that look like right now in off season?
So in the summers, we'll go 3 days a week. We'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 o'clock to about 9 o'clock, and it's all sports, all male sports. So we have baseball, football, basketball, a couple track kids out there. But every morning they'll do like a hip mobility routine on the hurdles, something that really helps kind of develop their footwork and their balance and rhythm and stuff. And then run a couple sprints 1 day a week or so, and then they'll go inside and we'll lift some weights and we'll do some general strength stuff, push-ups, sit-ups, and then some stretching too, because stretching is very, very important for some of these kids.
Bro, that's wild. So y'all are doing all sports at one time?
Yeah, so for the size of our school, I think we 9th through 12th, I think we're like 400 kids. And so
So the football coach isn't like, "Hey, no, we're just doing all my football guys and y'all have to fend for yourselves."
no, we're all together.
Bro, that's incredible. You don't hear about that in the summer with especially with football.
And we're a cool little place, man. So this will be my 9th year at Grand Lake High School, and we've had the same coaching staff for a while. It's a cool little place, so we all have very good relationships. And at a school this size, when you start saying, "Oh, he's only playing baseball," or "No, this is a football kid," like you don't want to kind of start those things, because at the end of the day, we want the best for the kid and the school, the sport. Like when baseball wins, softball wins. When baseball wins, football wins, and stuff like that. And that's how we think about it, and we really do mean that. Some places maybe don't feel the same way, and just sheer number of kids, like you can't, at some of those 5A schools, you can't fit the baseball team in the weight room with the soccer team, so stuff like that.
Dude, I'm
But we
starting to see in high school, like the bigger high schools like you just mentioned, they'll have separate weight rooms now.
it's nuts. It's
Like
absolutely
it's
crazy.
like almost college style where football has theirs, baseball, softball share, basketball shares, track gets left out in the dust because no one cares about them. But and that's coming from a track coach. But man, some of these schools like in Texas, dude, their track teams are becoming very elite now with some of these numbers they're putting out.
It's crazy. And I guess so I came from Texas, like that's where I went to high school, and it's different now. It's gotten even bigger, but to compete on the level, because I mean, there's schools with 4,000 kids in it, 5,000 kids.
Dude,
And
I saw Allen's up to 7,000.
when I was in high school, we actually had to play Allen, and I feel like their high school band had more people in it than my high school does that I'm at coaching. Like in high school band is Grand Lakes enrollment, and that's probably pre-K through 12. Um,
I feel you.
it's crazy.
Dude, okay, so you got the whole school, not the whole school, all the boys athletics out there and y'all are doing that. Dude, who is running like the program? Like who's writing it? Who's doing it? Is it a mixture of coaches that come together? They're like, "Hey, I'm going to do this week, you do next week." Do y'all like progress things or like what what's the structure of that?
So for the most part, I mean, I think we have like 14 or 15 coaches like spread out through boys. I'm a multi-sport coach. Most of us are. I would say for the most part, we're there every single day as a coaching staff. You have different things going on. People take vacations, but we all kind of like came together and built this program. Now the weight room stuff kind of changes when something new kind of pops off, or one or two coaches will take control of the hurdles, and then a couple coaches will be setting up the sprints, because we have these little timers that they put on their belt loops and they track their speed. So people are just kind of getting different stuff set up, but it all kind of comes together. Everybody, like I said, we've had the same coaching staff for a while, and so everybody kind of has a certain area that they excel at, and it just kind of goes from there.
Dude, with the speed stuff, do y'all post it and like rank people so they see where they're at?
wall in the gym where everybody eats lunch. We have different wristbands for their different colors. We call it the Hornet Speed Club, and it's like 16, 17, 18, all the way up to 20 miles an hour, and they're different colors. And once you get one, like if I get a yellow one that's 16 miles an hour, everybody knows around the school, because again, we're not a big school, like people talk
Yeah.
about it. And then when you upgrade it, you like kind of want to show it off and stuff like that.
Dude, that's cool. Who come up with that one?
Our football coach got the wristbands, and I think we got it from a school kind of close to us. I kind of always say coaches are the best thieves. Like,
Absolutely.
I didn't create the game of baseball, but I try to take from people that I know that are good, and then hopefully people think that they can take from me, which is good too.
Absolutely. Okay, so staying on the workout stuff, so they all show up 7 o'clock in the morning because it's hot during the summer. So we're taking consideration of the heat and all that stuff. So we're getting warmed up. Once everyone's warmed up, now what are we going into? You said sprints. Are we just doing straight ahead linear sprints? Are we doing change of direction at all?
So we do both. I wouldn't call it like a full suicide because it is a quick burst sprint, but that would be like the path where it'd be like a pro agility kind of.
Okay.
We also do
You're going on the football field, or are you doing it on the track?
track
Track.
because probably at 7 o'clock in the morning the grass is still kind of wet.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I didn't know if y'all had turf or not, so that's why I was wondering. Okay.
only we got a turf pitching mound and a turf home plate. Everything else is natural, but we'll do it on the track, straight line sprints, and we'll, like, on Wednesdays is our sprint day. We'll do 3 sprints at 40 or 4 sprints at 40, 3 sprints at 30, 2 sprints, and we give them. We'll kind of break it down into group, and we try to put them in groups of 5 or 6 at the same or close to speed, so they're competing against each other. You don't want the running backs racing the offensive linemen or the shortstop racing the offensive linemen.
Well, it's pretty cool. You could probably say, like, all right, yellows,
Yeah,
y'all get together, greens, y'all get together, and then what y'all over 20, probably red
I think it's actually black.
or black. Yeah. So all right, all blacks together. Yeah, that's an easy way to group them, man. I love that idea.
Yep. And then you have there's a couple junior high kids that are kind of mixed in with the high school kids just because of they might be a little bit more advanced than the kids their age group.
Okay.
But we don't necessarily go by ages, because when you're a high school kid, like 9th graders play against 12th graders, like you're
For sure.
athlete.
Yeah.
I actually had an 8th grader start every single game for me in baseball 2 years ago. So
Yeah, we're the same up here, man. We got a bunch of 7th and 8th graders on some varsity stuff going on in here. All right, so, man, you get your straight speed, you get your change of direction. What is that, about 30, 40 minutes?
with the hurdles, yeah, probably stretch, hurdles. We'll do a dynamic warm up, A skips, B skips,
Yeah.
on prime times. Yeah, about 30 to 35 minutes, and then we head inside and break into the junior high and high school group. High school group will start in the weight room, and then the junior high group will be in the basketball gym, and we'll do med ball throws, jump ropes.
You're kind of doing your plyometrics, med ball, core work in there, and then we're going to switch.
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet. That's about another, I'm going to guess 30, 45 minutes right there too.
And then they switch. So it's probably about close to 7 to 8:30, 8:35 each day, and then we'll kind of meet at the end once everybody's done, and we'll do like a team stretch at the end, and then
Gotcha.
talk and track down.
And are y'all, you say 3 days a week, so are y'all like doing a upper body day,
Yep.
leg day, and then a full body?
Yep.
Kind of how it's split up. Are y'all doing for your lower body, y'all doing trap bar deadlift, or like the backside?
Yeah.
What's y'all's main lift y'all going off of in the summer?
Hex bar deadlift. We do hang clean. Some of the older
Okay.
transitioned into power clean from the floor, and then we'll do obviously our bench press. We did testing this year doing a lot of incline bench press.
Okay.
And then obviously your back squat, and then some people do front squat, and then some of the younger kids are transitioning into the front squat, so we can kind of teach them
Did you show them your video of your front squat back in the day?
Yeah, no, I probably showed them your video.
Bro, I still have that video of you front squatting back at LSUS.
Nice.
I gotta send it to you so you can show it to them.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is where you can be at.
Oh, it's kilograms, not pounds. Like, gotta do so.
Oh my gosh, dude, those are some wild times in there. Okay, so
At a small school like Shreveport, LSU Shreveport, we had an Olympic weight room with an
Uh-huh.
lifter and an Olympic lifting coach. Like we were kind of spoiled when you think about the size of what LSUS was to have a weight room like that. And then we had that other weight room next to it with the more traditional stuff. But like, I don't know, you get to walk into an Olympic weight room and throw chalk everywhere. Like, fun.
Dude, I still gotta apologize to Lavs for just giving him so much crap. I think like our junior year or senior year of man, he was now looking back, I'm like he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, trying to get us the way, trying to work us out how he thought was the best way possible. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to the Olympic room and we're gonna snatch and clean and front squat and jump and all that stuff. I was like, I'm not doing your push up with your dumbbell rotation into a T position because you think it's shoulder stability. But
Right.
now I'm like, man, I should have been probably a better athlete and listen.
Called, you did the push ups and then, God, what
The
were those?
Renegade Rows?
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm not doing that at 5 a.m. right now. Like, let me
My
get the
pre-workout.
most bang for my buck right now. Yeah, going dry scoop original Jack 3D. But we got to get moving, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I still owe him an apology for that because now I look at my kids and I'm like, guys, I just need y'all to focus and I just need y'all to do what is on the board, and I promise you we're gonna get better. But now that man's coaching almost in the big leagues now.
Yeah. He's a
It's,
stud.
it's pretty cool to see where he's gone.
He deserves it. I mean, he's
Absolutely.
the man.
Is he still with the Blue Jays?
Yep.
Man, just to say you're with the organization,
He moved. I think he's Double A now.
dude. That's some. That's some
Yep. And him being from Canada, like being, I don't. I think the Double A team is in like the New York area.
area. Okay, so he's pretty close then.
I know it's northern for sure. So he's kind of close to home. They might be in Canada. I don't know.
Man, well, let's stay right there. Let's stay with LSUS. How did it feel being an alumni, watching them go 59-0 and win the Degum World Series?
It's crazy. I think people still don't actually realize what happened. Winning a national championship is crazy. Like only one team does it every single year at each level, but to go 59, they start playing games in January. And so it's like
Cold.
to not lose a game, a midweek Tuesday game at wherever where you had to take a van there, or playing a doubleheader, and being a school like Shreveport, it's kind of there always has been a target on their back because it's been a successful program. So they always seem to get people's best games. So to not drop a single game over the entire course of the season, not just conference, not just the preseason tournament, but like 59-0 is, I mean, you go 59-0 in T-ball and that's crazy. But to do it at a college level with some of the talent that they have and the talent that they're facing, like I think like 10 or 12 guys from the NAIA got drafted just on Sunday. So like there's talent every place.
Dude, there's guys throwing 90. There's velo everywhere now. And like there's going to be a guy that we know, there's going to be the guy that, maybe got kicked out of the D1, didn't have the grades at D1, doesn't want to go JUCO or got kicked out of JUCO. Now they only have NAIA and they're going to go, man. And that guy could be a midweek for a mid-major D1. He could be the 4 or 5 hole in that lineup, DHing or even playing first or something. Like those guys are all over the place with baseball.
It's nuts. There's talent everywhere.
Yeah. Man, that's what, and I love like reading the comments through ESPN or Major League because they shouted them out, and people were like hating on them. I'm like, people, man, it just people are going to hate on anything, no matter what. They would have hated on LSU Baton Rouge if they would have gone 65-0 and won the College World Series.
Yep.
I'm like,
yeah, I guess they were hating because it's not Division I. Is that what?
Yeah. They're like, if it's not Division I, it doesn't matter. I'm like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they would have beaten every single division. I mean, we beat Louisiana Tech when they were ranked in the top 25 when we were there. Like, baseball's a funny game. Like, anybody can beat anybody. And I understand it's not Division I, but I know that they had a bunch of Division I talent. And I'm not saying that they would have, won a regional or won a super regional, but I don't think that they would have gotten run ruled every single game if they played.
No shot. Like, I know when we were there were Division I teams like not scared to play us, but they didn't want to play us.
Run ruled Louisiana Tech when they were ranked in the top 25. Like,
yeah,
it was like a nightmare for them. I don't know how else to say it. They were literally ranked in the top 25 and they got smoked.
That was that midweek game we went down there, huh? Yeah.
Smoked
Man.
them.
Yeah, I remember. Was that the year we went like 120 something home runs?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. There was a couple good years. Like I said, Shreveport was good before you and I got there. They're better, obviously, now that we
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
We went to the World Series twice, and we didn't win, but we there was a stretch from like 2010 to 14 where there were some really good baseball teams in Shreveport. It
I
still
know
is.
I think our like 54 and 6 third place or fourth place doesn't look so cool anymore
Well,
compared to 59 and 0.
used to be the standard there. Now that team they elected that team into the Hall of Fame, but nobody cares about 54-6 anymore. We
That
suck.
team's garbage now.
We're not,
Dude, people don't understand. Like, man,
and
when we
we're in the World Series. Like we had 4 losses going into the World Series, and then we lost that. We lost twice, but like,
yeah, and it was one of those things, dude. Like we were getting dressed in the parking lot.
oh my gosh,
We didn't have. I know people are like, oh, you didn't have a locker. I'm like, no, we'd be coming out of like the educational building, walking to our car, putting our baseball pants on, and trying to get to practice at 3:30 so we don't have to run more.
yep. Riding in vans. We were like 12 deep in a van. Every. I mean, not like we had to go to like New Mexico and stuff. We got a bus, but like, and I would be interested to know like, did they take van? Like again, that's another thing. Like to go 59-0 with the travel accommodations not being that of
Dude,
like,
they were like 2 weeks in Idaho.
oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I can't like having. I mean, there's 25 plus guys just on the team.
Yep.
Then you have staff. Dude, it gets expensive for that type. I mean, big D1s, that's nothing there. That's just normal thing in their budget. But yeah, that was super cool seeing someone from here go undefeated and like people don't understand, man, that Tuesday, Wednesday midweek game that you've
It's
got to
tough.
win.
Like you're
It
going
could be
wherever, and you have a big conference series coming up, and it's like, man, why do we got to drive an hour and 45 minutes on a random Tuesday night to go play this team? And it's like, because
if
again,
maybe your sixth pitcher is getting that start, well, he's got to be on. Or if he's not, the guys coming out of the pen have got to hold it and they've got to be on, and then you got to go score some runs and hope your bats are alive. Like it
face a pitcher who had a career day, like they literally every single pitcher on their team's record was whatever and zero.
in
Like
zero.
did not
Like
lose. It's
it's incredible.
absolutely insane.
I love it, man. Okay, now transitioning back into the high school world, dude. How do you think the state of baseball is in high school right now?
I think it is the best it's ever been and the worst it's ever been.
Yes, complicated. Because in Louisiana, you can be paid. You can get paid to play in Louisiana
Yeah.
in high school.
Well, they're not getting paid a grand. Like I know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying in general, if you wanted to go to like a local car dealership and do your own stuff and get your NIL and you know get your Z71 or something, you could do it. When we played, I mean, you were in Texas, I was in Louisiana, brother. That's the one way of suspension.
like that's the death penalty. You're done.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know much about. I'm sure there are a couple of kids getting paid, but I will say, like, I think kids are really, really good now. Like, I feel like every 5A school has a kid that's sitting 90, 91. Again, different state, but the state of high school baseball, California had 3 kids from the same high school team drafted in the first round. Corona High School in California.
oh, that was in California. Okay, I was thinking for some reason that was in Virginia.
Nope.
Oh, dude, those dudes were special.
3 kids in the first round? Like a school might have 3 kids drafted in the first round in its entirety, but like,
Yeah, over 100 years of their high school.
hey, imagine like going to play them. I have a math test today, but now I got to go face 3 first rounders. Like
95 coming at you.
like how do you do that? But it's insane. I think high school kids are really, really good right now. The training has increased, the information has increased. Coaches are getting smarter. Players are becoming their own coaches. But I also think it's kind of the worst it's ever been. Maybe not the high school level, but kids growing up, I think they play too many games. They don't train. I don't know. Like, let's go keep paying $500 to showcase throwing 73 miles an hour. Like, I would rather go spend $500 on my kid to get a nutrition plan and a gym membership or a training platform or something like that.
Yeah.
I understand you feel like you have to be seen, but it's called a showcase. Like, what are you showcasing? And then, I don't know. I feel like there's so much drama in baseball. Like, maybe more so in travel baseball, but like, parents are crazy, kids are crazy. I don't know. High school baseball, hopefully it doesn't keep declining in like the the talent's always going to keep going up, but like the people that are doing it, like I think you as a coach, you allow what you allow. Like our kids aren't running their mouth in the dugout. They're not showing up the other team, but some people are.
Man, two things on that. One is I was talking with a buddy about this the other day, specifically about baseball. Parents need to do a better job of protecting their kids in the sense of it's not okay for your 12-year-old or 13-year-old to go play 85 games
Right.
in the span of 4 months.
Yep.
Freak accidents happen, I understand. But your 13-year-old shouldn't be having Tommy John.
No, yeah, there's no way.
They're like, I will go to my grave on that. Like, there's no way. Man, a 13-year-old is always going to say yes. Parents, guardians, at some time you got to step in and have the adult conversation with the coach and be like, hey, like, we're taking a break or we're taking a rest. Like, you can't, please don't pitch him. Please don't. Oh, that's what it was. We're talking about pitch counts. I'm like, pitch counts are the dumbest things on paper because of this reason. My guy goes and throws 65 pitches. Okay. I don't know what the actual rules are or regulations, but let's say he can't get on the mound for 3 more days. Bro, that's null and void if he's catching. That's null and void if he's the shortstop. That's null and void if he's in center field. If he's a PO, awesome. He's going to get his 3 days rest. He's going to throw his flat ground. He'll be back to normal. But if that dude's throwing 65 pitches and now he's your number one catcher, your pitch count is dumb.
Yeah, no, it is. And it's all subjective too. Like we obviously have pitch counts in high school and 115 pitches is our max in a game. But that's the same. It's 115 pitches in January, the first game of the season. It's 115 pitches in May, the state championship. And I think, like, obviously, some kids are in shape on day one, but the weather is the weather. And so I think 115 pitches in January is way different than 115 pitches in May. And, like, we'll have, towards the end of the year, I've had kids throw that, but in the beginning of the year, absolutely not. Their first 2 or 3 outings, we're capping it at 65 pitches. We actually, a couple years ago, we lost a big game to a team that ended up being the state champion at a level that was 2 classifications above us. We had our best pitcher on the mound. We're winning like 3-0 in the 5th inning. He hit his 65 pitches. All right, hey, dude, you're done. After the game, oh, coach, we could have won that game if we left that kid in. I'll lose every single game in my career protecting a kid's arm early in the season, late in the season. It doesn't matter to me. That's not my arm. Now, there are different scenarios where, a kid, you're never going to run a kid into the ground, but, you're a senior for me and you're not playing college baseball. You're done after this. Like, hey, you're pitching well. Like, we'll hit different thresholds and stuff than a young kid or a kid that has a future and stuff like that. But yeah, pitch count is a weird.
Man, okay. This is the scenario that drives me crazy now. So let's see if we agree to disagree or we just are going to run this into the ground. Dude, in major leagues, I know it's completely changed. Bro, why are these dudes getting pulled in the 7th inning with a no-hitter?
Yeah. I think.
And now they're like, oh, it was a combined no-hitter. I'm like, the dude threw 7 complete with 0 hits. Yeah. Why did he get pulled?
So I think them playing 162 games has a lot to do with it, but also how good their bullpens are. Like every single guy in the bullpen is a specialist pitcher now or can go throw 103 miles an hour for an inning. So, and then hitters are also just as good as the pitchers. They have more information. After they're at bats, they're watching their iPads in the dugout and they're continuously building information off this pitcher. So I think
is a no-hitter like not cool anymore?
I guess. I don't know. I think it's cool.
Dude, that you might only be in that groove one time.
Oh, it's crazy.
Of all the things, because I'm like, it's even stretching into like the perfect game situation. Like they'll take them out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, no, like as a fan, I'm like, I want to see that guy
keep going.
Keep going with the no hitter because man, if you're throwing a no hitter, you're in the 7th inning, you're probably only 80 pitches in.
Yeah, and it actually happened the other day for the Yankees. I can't remember the pitcher, but he told Aaron Boone like, "No, I'm staying in," and the crowd like erupted. Like that used to happen all the time. Like you're not going to be disrespectful to your coach or your manager, but like a big leaguer's like, "Hey, dude, like, why are you coming out here?" And they're like, "All right, dude, I'm going. Like, let's go get." It doesn't happen like that anymore. I don't know. It's interesting.
That one, man, I'm telling you, that one. There's not too many things in major leagues that like gets me fired up, but that one, when I see someone going for a no hitter and they get pulled, I'm like I understand, like maybe in the fifth inning, but
Yeah,
you let them go into the seventh inning,
yeah,
maybe mid sixth, seventh inning, and they still got the no hitter going, and you pull them. I'm like, oh my gosh,
yeah. And I
like I
guess
don't.
on where they're at in the year, because their thresholds are the same thing. Like we're sprinting. Our high school season is like the shortest it's ever been. It feels like January to May. They're going from February to September. You know, they gotta and you're paying a guy $150 million. You want to get all the starts out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Look at Steven Strasburg, man. I miss that guy. He finally just retired because of all of his arm stuff.
Mark Pryor, there is a ton.
Mark Pryor, that dude's living his best life with the Dodgers right now.
Yeah.
Got a couple World Series now, but he probably does wish he won some
Yeah,
playing or pitched in the World Series.
he hardly pitched.
Your boy Kershaw's still in there.
Yep.
You're swinging bunt.
Yeah, baby.
That's Tyler's claim to fame. He faced Kershaw back in high school, and he got a swinging bunt base hit off of him.
Yep. Highland
I
Park.
love it.
He was nasty.
What was Stafford there too?
Yeah, but he senior year he didn't end up he wasn't playing baseball anymore at that point. He like played.
Did he already go to Georgia?
They were the same graduating class, so like I don't believe he graduated early.
Okay.
But he wasn't out there. But everybody knew who he was. And then we didn't play him when he was there. But like I said earlier, we played Allen High School. Kyler Murray was there at the same time. Luckily, we never played him in football because he never lost. I don't think he ever lost.
He went like 40 something and 0 in high school.
So, I mean.
Yeah, that. So how do y'all deal with, like you said, parents are crazy, so on and so forth. Like, how do you deal with those parents that don't necessarily have the full expectation or a right expectation of what a high school season looks like, because maybe all they're coming off of is that travel expectation where we play in 75 games.
Right.
My kid's going to get an at bat every time, or, I've paid to play.
Yeah.
Now we're in this high school season and that's not the vibe or even the standard. Like how are you dealing with that?
Honestly, I've been very fortunate with where I'm at. Like I said, this is going to be my 9th year. We haven't had too many issues. But one thing I do, it is weird. Parents sometimes don't see what you see. And I have a rule like after games, let's not talk about, playing time like that because emotions are heightened. Like I'm pretty accessible on the phone. You can come to the school and talk to me, but if you think that your son should be playing and he's not, I invite the parents to come sit and watch it practice for a couple of days. If your son is the best player at his position, he's going to play. And more often than not, they're not. Like none of it's personal. Like the best 9 or 10 kids are going to play every single game. Honestly, it kind of handles itself from that because it's easy to think that your kid is the best and you want what's best for him. But in reality, like we judge, if it's a fringe player who should play or might not play, we judge based off of what we see in practice. If we're doing batting practice and you get, 5 rounds of 8 swings and you're fouling off or swinging and missing at half of those balls in a low stress environment, this is the easy it's going to be. I don't need to see it in the game because I see it now. Like it's not just going to click in the game.
Oh yeah. Especially when you got a couple hundred people screaming at you and stress is up and
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. And that's why I think practice should be stressful and tough. Like I'm sure our hitters, we don't take, front toss lob BP. Like we crank up the machine. We might do some angled stuff. Like hitting is hard. So you have to practice hard hitting. Like it's, there might be a couple of days where we do some feel good BP or whatever. So we don't just bury their confidence into the ground, but hitting is tough. Like, so
dude, hitting is probably the hardest thing. I would probably say top 3 hardest things in sports. Yeah. I mean, I've never like pro tennis trying to return a serve at 120 miles an hour.
I'll do it.
Wimbledon, let's go.
I mean, playing a quarterback is hard, just like the preparation that goes into it. But I guess like a specific skill, I guess, tennis is very difficult, but they're hitting the same speed. They're not cutting it, changing the speed. And
on some of the serves they are.
Are they? I know
Oh
you
yeah,
don't
that thing's coming at an angle, a slice at you sometimes at 115 or with top spin. But I
yeah,
mean, even with baseball, dude, some of these guys now can throw it. I mean, when changeups are coming in at 91 and they're going 102, 103 with like 7 to 9 inches of movement.
sink spin. It's crazy. And
Yeah,
then
like the plate is only 17 inches across, and
it's
you're moving it half of that.
yeah,
So like you're starting it out of the zone and bringing it back in.
yeah.
So my eye is like, that's a ball. Oh no, that's a strike.
Well, that's a strike. Oh, that's a ball. Like
Yeah.
it's hitting. I'm telling you, hitting is very very difficult. I don't know how people hit anymore. Pitchers are so good.
Yeah, I mean, but you said like the hitters are getting information, and they're figuring it out, and they're seeing the spin and all that type of stuff with it. Like some of these guys are insane.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they get paid millions and millions of dollars, and I think rightfully so. Like they people are so good now. It's crazy. People are so good.
How do you, man? Okay, this is a good one for you. How are y'all handling the multi-sport guys? Of like saying, okay, they have football. Do y'all let them go all football season, and then they'll go basketball, and then they'll get in baseball, or like that football guy? Do y'all let them have a break and then get into baseball, or do y'all pull them straight in? Like, how do y'all do that?
We don't have a ton of baseball, basketball guys. So I'll kind of talk about football to baseball. I have 28 kids on our baseball team this year. Uh, 22
Okay.
play football. So I only have 6 like baseball only kids, which is good at a small school like this.
How
You
big
know,
is y'all's football team?
we probably start the year with 40 ish.
Oh, so y'all got a pretty small football team then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We dress 40, we probably play 25, 26. So it's pretty small.
A lot of people
There's
going two ways.
most of them. We try to give them a break on special teams, which
So y'all
sometimes
special teams kind of goes back to the like, all right, we're gonna let everybody play right here.
for the most part now are for a small school, we are blessed with a kicker that can kick it through the end zone for the most
What?
part. Yeah,
Is he a
not through
soccer
the
guy?
we don't have soccer. He's actually a golfer.
That's what I'm talking about. Just a random skill that he has.
And maybe not through the end zone, but in high school, if it breaks the goal line, it's a touchback. So
Automatically, yeah.
now it's not all the time, but it's more than some of the other teams we're playing. And when you don't have a ton of, we have a lot of good kids. We have some athletes. We don't have 70 athletes running out there. So kicking it through the end zone helps a ton.
Dude, that's a big, oh my gosh, what word am I looking for? It's a big advantage in your special teams of field management. If you
Absolutely.
if you can flip the field after your touchdown or after a field goal, does he kick field goals?
Yep, a few like I think we kicked like 2 or 3 last year, and that's another thing, especially at our level. When you're playing 5A, like if you get to the 30-yard line, you
You're
have a
in
chance to
range.
score
Yeah.
some points. But in 1A, 2A, 3A level football, like you don't have a ton of kickers like that, especially the public school, maybe some private school kids, and especially for a school that doesn't have soccer. But yeah, before we had him, there were years where we had to like toe punch it, try to pooch it, like our
Just
defense.
onside kick every time.
Right. So I'm telling you, like our defense immensely changed when you're having to defend 70 yards versus 50 yards or 45 yards, like
When you got someone that can punt and flip the field, or
yeah,
you can kick field goals, like you said, if you get to like the 30, 35 and you have a chance to score, dude, you can sneak some points in there and you can look up, you can be up by 21 just by kicking some
right.
field goals.
Yep. But back to the original question, like we'll football, depending on how far you go, like it could end in early November, late November, maybe into December.
If
You
you're
know,
really good, you're playing after Thanksgiving.
right. And
Yeah.
we have a couple of years. We have in a couple of years. They'll normally get a couple of days to kind of like reset, but I mean, they're football, baseball kids. So like, yeah, football's over, but I'm not saying they'll go full blown practice and like pitchers have to throw, do their throwing program, but the day after football ends, like a couple of them are kind of trickling on over to the cages. They're not going full head of steam because they're about to go into another long season, so they get a little bit of time to recoup and stuff. But most of them are kind of itching to get going.
Sweet. Man, how do you handle the pitchers like that? If does your main guys, are they all football guys?
I think the kid who is gonna be my ace this year is gonna be the quarterback as well.
So he's throwing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're kind of we might throw it 3 or 4 times a night. We run the split back veer, the wing T veer. We run a
But
couple.
y'all are still a triple option.
Yeah, we have a couple. We'll do a shotgun split back. We'll do power I. We have a couple different formations.
Man, that actually helps you endure baseball, and so
Yeah.
you can get him on a throwing program
Yep.
starting in September.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we played some summer baseball, so they kind of threw a little bit, but yeah, they'll won't.
Y'all play organized, like for Grand Lake. Y'all have an organized baseball team.
Yeah, well, there's a couple other schools that are local that we'll go play them, and we played just for the month of June, 2 games a week. Now the rain kind of hit some of them, so I think we're supposed to play 8 games. We ended up playing 4 or 5, but with everybody, it gives the incoming freshmen a chance to kind of get acclimated and just a little bit lower stress environment and work on some stuff and whatever. But the throwing, once assuming that they're a football kid and assume that they haven't thrown at all since June, they'll start playing catch at about 90 to 120 feet consistently, and then they'll keep working it back, and they can throw some flat grounds and stuff, but they're not letting the bullpen go for a while, and then they'll start their bullpens will just be all fastballs and then stuff like that, and then we'll start mixing in some changeups and some off speeds. But
When do you start your guys on the mounds? January.
yeah, so I mean, with how early the season is now, I think one more year they're going to push the season back. But like we have 2 scrimmages in January because the season starts in February, so they'll start throwing bullpens like in the bullpen, and then they'll transition to some live hitters again. It'll all be fastballs, and early I try to go more frequent as opposed to like they're not going to go out there and throw 50 pitches in January. Well, it's before the scrimmages, but they might throw 20 pitches twice in a week, like a Tuesday, Friday, or a Monday, Wednesday, just kind of running them back out there. And then one thing I really do believe with our pitchers, and sometimes they dislike it because they want to get home and they want to go eat, but after they have like a rigorous throwing program that they do after. We have trampolines and med balls, and they have to do a bunch of stuff and kettlebell walks, and they probably have a 15 to 20 minute routine to do after they throw to help, and it's like a non-negotiable thing.
Is that just a practice thing, or do you make them do it like if they're a PO and they're coming out of the game, are they going to the bullpen and doing that type of stuff, or are they just going to do
Yep.
that the next day after practice?
We probably only have like 1 or 2 POs, and that's
Yeah,
based off of not being able to hit than being so good at pitching. But if it's a game, like they'll do it the next day. But practice, like if they throw a bullpen or live to hitters or something like that, they'll do it while we're dragging the field or cleaning up and stuff like that. But
gotcha. Man, what would be your 3 to 5 things if you were going back? Like you said, this is your 9th year head coach at baseball program. What would be your like some 3 or 5 things looking back that you wish you knew to help build your program? Because I mean, people don't know. Like you've gone to state championships, you've gone deep runs in the playoffs, you've
yep,
been to College World Series,
yep.
like you've been to all of these places. Like, what are some things that you could see now? Now. I wish now you knew back then that could change. Like what are some of those things?
My first year as a head coach, I was in the fall. I think I was 24 and then turning 25 um, during the season. So
Which
that's
is wild that you were that young as a head coach.
kind of young, right? And so some of the seniors are 18 years old, and it's not a close gap, but it's close enough to where it almost feels like a big brother instead of like adult. And sometimes I felt like I had to be a little bit more vocal to some of those kids in public. Like if I could go back now, and I try to do a good job of it now, is I would praise much more in public and then kind of come down them in private. Like it doesn't need to be a full blown thing. And again, there's a lot of stuff that I said when I was 25 years old. Like every pitch was the end of the world, and it's like if I could go back more now, it would be the yelling or the hard coaching would be much more in practice. The kids are so nervous during the games. Like I'm not helping them by doing anything like that. And I understand that the games mean something and it's a stressful environment and wins and losses and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, They are kids who are trying to do their best, and they are so nervous, and they're getting it all when they go home. Like, why'd you go 0 for 4? Why'd you make an error? Like, I wish that I could go back and just be much more calm for the kids during the game. Like, I do think I am a calm person, and I don't even think I was that like extravagant by any means. But there are some times where I wish, like, man, you're an idiot. Like, why would you? Like, he is so stressed right now. Like, you are not helping him whatsoever by yelling at him or anything like that. So I wish that I could go back and just be their biggest fan every single game, as opposed to trying to coach them and get all hyped up and stuff like that.
I love that. I've gone down the same road a lot, especially with middle schoolers. Oh my gosh, middle school sports is a wild thing to watch because especially girls.
Yeah.
Man, we'll start a season, and by the end of the year, it'll be a completely different girl, just because of what's going on. But yeah, or like you have that freshman that's playing, and then you're like, okay, wait till their senior year, and those 3 years are completely different human beings.
Yep.
And
You just
man,
gotta
I agree with you.
gone and just loved them every single time that I could. So 2 years ago, I had an eighth grader start for me, and if I would have had an eighth grader start my first year, I don't think it would have went as well because he's an eighth grader. Like, we've had a successful program, and so he's a starting catcher as an eighth grader on a team that the last 9 years we've been to the state tournament 4 times, quarterfinals every year except for the COVID year and then one other year. So 6 out of the 8 seasons that we got to play, we've been playing in the quarterfinals. So there's expectations, there's pressure. Left-handed hitting catcher, kid's a stud. He hit like 480 last year as a freshman, but he went through a span of not being able to throw the ball back to the pitcher. He could throw people out at second base. He would throw people out at third, but like our pitcher's, shoving and he's having to jump all around the mound because our little 14-year-old can't throw the ball 60 feet. I lose my mind on third base who like know what's going. They're like about to, and it's like, man, if we lose
My man had the yips.
because this, 100%. And I remember, I'm telling you, if I was 25 years old and this kid was doing that, I would have lost my mind on this kid.
Which would have
And
made it 10 times worse.
exactly. And we are in the dugout and they are introducing the other team. So we're about to play a game and he is like crying in the dugout, like actual tears. And I'm like, dude, what is going on? He was like, coach, like take me out. He's hitting in the 3 hole as an eighth grader. Like, you're not coming out of the game. I don't care what you're saying. And he's like, I can't throw the ball back. I can't do any of this. And I just looked at him and I was like, yeah, so what? I was like, we don't cover throwing the ball back to the pitcher until you get to ninth grade. Like, you're an eighth grader, like who cares? And he just like, and in that moment, he was like, like his shoulders just like sunk down, like it totally relaxed him. And just me trying to find like a better way of approaching a situation as I've gotten older. Like, I'm telling you, dude, if I was 25 years old, I would have been in that kid's ear, like, yeah, why can't you throw the ball back to the pitcher? Like, how simple is it? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, shut up. Like, you're not helping.
Because dude, in baseball, at some point in your life, in your career, you're gonna go through what that kid went through.
The yips, absolutely.
Dude,
I can't throw batting practice. I can't
dude,
do it.
there's Division 1 guys that go through it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in practice, and maybe they get it figured out because they got sports psychologists and stuff now. But like, dude, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I could go back, I would love them more, and then just kind of be more of a light to them. Again, I wasn't like a monster or anything, but there were some times where I was like, man, looking back, I wish I could have handled that. And I'm blessed enough. I have kids that come back all the time and watch games, or 2 of them coach with me this summer. A couple of them are still playing college baseball, and they'll tell stories about me, and I'm like, man, dang. And why are y'all still coming back? But in some of the other, to the other teams, and they're like, y'all don't know how lucky y'all have it. Like, he used to blah blah blah, and it's like, man. But so if I could go back, I would love a little bit more, which
That's
I
awesome.
get a point now.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Tyler, I appreciate you, man.
You are the man.
You're the man. All right, hold on. Stop.